Hello lovely people, welcome back to the farm, and today is another day. First thing is we're gonna get the Kubota started up and get that warming up. Well, that's unfortunate. Of course, this is a diesel. It's the RTV-X 1100C. I know the diesels can have trouble starting in the winter, so I guess this doesn't surprise me. It's like 6 degrees right now with the wind chill, and I don't know if that really affects it that much because we're not really in the wind right here, but it's -9, feels like -9 out here. It could be the fuel has gelled up. It could be the air filter has water in it. Sorry, did I say air filter? I don't see it being the fuel filter. All right, another thing it could be is they say the battery, but they're talking, if your battery is, 10 years old and you've never changed it, it's probably a battery thing. So it's not the battery though. It turns over fine, so it's not the battery. It's not the fuel filter, and I don't think it's the fuel gelling up. We can check that though, but we'll check and see if the fuel has gone jelly on us or not. So let's take a quick look at that here. No, that's definitely not a solid or a gel. That is liquid. The other thing that it could be is, let me see if I can lift this up. The other thing it could be is we need to install, oh my goodness, it's under a lot of pressure. We need to install a block heater on it. So it would be like right around, what the heck? That's it. They already installed a block heater on there. Okay, well that makes my job a lot easier. So now all I gotta do is get this plugged in. This is gonna make things a lot easier. I'm gonna have to probably wait an hour or so to start it, but we can get it started now. That's good. All right, so there we have it. And I think while I'm at it, I'm gonna go and plug in the tractor because I might need to use that yet today as well. I'd rather feel dumb and it actually be a lot easier than I thought it was gonna be than be the smartest guy in the room and my job is 10 times harder than it has to be. Sometimes I over-research things and it's like, if you just go and take a look under the hood, it may be a lot simpler than you think it was gonna be. Yeah, there we go. So the folks that I bought this tractor from, the dealership I bought this tractor from, they said that down here they installed a block heater, and it's just that plug right there. I don't know if you can see that, but it's kind of dark. So I'm just gonna plug another extension cord into that and we will be rocking. Yeah, that's actually getting warm. That's nice. All right, so I can tell it's working just by touching it. So just to give you guys a little update, very sadly, one of our roosters died. It's one of our Bielefelder roosters. It wasn't necessarily on a bitterly cold day or anything. Like none of the other chickens were showing any signs of anything. It just came out here. He was lying on the ground dead. So here they all are. You can see one of our Bielefelder roosters right there. He's doing just fine. Yeah, he looks a little cold, but he'll be fine. So yeah, we'll just have to keep a close eye on him and hopefully they'll make it through the winter okay. I don't think that it had anything to do with the winter necessarily. I think, I don't know, just maybe some internal organ failure or who knows. I want to share with you a little bit about why we're doing what we're doing. Why did we choose this life? What's the bigger purpose, right? Because you look at the way that we're doing stuff, your work and your stress are increased versus, renting a townhome. It requires a lot of help from the kids, requires a lot of work from Becky, and then too, producing our own food, our own meat, doing a lot of home baked goods rather than buying stuff that's already been manufactured, processed, cooked, canned for us, So, and I can tell you this much, it's not necessarily to save money, because in a lot of ways, we're not saving any money by doing this. Really what we're doing is we're taking on hardship, we're taking on suffering. And the purpose of this is not just because we're gluttons for punishment, but really because suffering is the catalyst. Hardship is the catalyst for human growth. And without it, you don't progress in your growth as a person, as a human being, without that. And what we want is to provide an environment for our kids. So this isn't about being cruel to our children or, forcing them into indentured servitude or something like that for us, but it's really about providing for them the right type of environment so that they can grow, so that they can be better than what they are now, so that they can mature, and so that they can build character, so they can build a good ethical foundation from which the rest of their life can take off, and they can live and thrive in society and be good members of society. And what I am trying to do then is create that environment where we're working and living life together so that they have good role models in their lives, so that they are well socialized, so that they develop well, they become good, strong, hardworking people. What is the best for my children? What is the best for my family? And what is going to make them the best members of society so that they can be contributing members of society to make this place better, to make this world better? And I feel like the way to do that is to be with the children more, to work in the home with the children. And that is very, very difficult, right? Not everybody has that option, and I get that. And that's why we're talking about what's the best, because what's best for you may not be best for me, and vice versa. And we may not even have the means or the resources. I'm not a millionaire. We've had to really reach to get here, and we're still not where I'd like to be. And so it's not perfect, but the idea is I want to spend more time with the children. I want to be that influence in my children's lives. I want to invest into them with time. We have chosen to spend our money on other things so that we can invest in our children's lives and spend more time with them. And we've chosen to not pursue financial and monetary reward as the highest thing, right? I think a lot of times we think in America that the ideal is make as much money as you can, work as hard and as many hours as you possibly can, sock that money away for retirement. What we want to do instead is foster an environment of love and care, provision that doesn't ignore the more eternal aspects of a human being, of that living being that is us and that is our children. Ultimately, it gets down to, why are we doing this? Why did we choose this? Because suffering is a catalyst for growth. Another reason why we're doing what we're doing is because we're pursuing an environment in which our kids can grow up to be free, that they can learn freedom, taking responsibility for one's own self and their actions and their choices, and not relying on Big Brother necessarily to tell you every little step of the way and how you got to live and what you got to do. But we want to foster an environment of freedom and liberty where our children can learn to take responsibility for their own lives, where they can take responsibility for their own choices, where they can make a mistake or two here or there and learn to have to deal with and live with the consequences. And I feel that's of the utmost importance and of such high value that is so overlooked these days. Personal responsibility, And as you watch this channel, as you go on this journey with us, I'm sure that we'll share more. I'm sure that we'll expound more on what we're doing, but that's a big part of it, I would say. We wanted a place where we could create a haven, where we could be an influence on our children, where they could run around, you know, barefoot, at least barefoot in the summer, where they could make mistakes, where they could learn to be free, where they could learn to be responsible for themselves. After a season here, I think that they are really, and I'm really proud of our kids and how they've come around to this, how they've embraced this, and I think that they are doing awesome out here.